Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Skulk, continuing the story of Winds of Change. This is a carry-on just from the last one, so I'm right here from the last moment. It literally took 20 seconds for me to start up again? But yeah, let's continue on to Mazeo. Oh yeah, I can click around places too. I almost forgot about that in the last one. Let's do that here.
So this is the only way to enter Mazeo.
From the Valinor side at least. The wall stretches to both sides of the mountains. There's no way to get past it, unless you climbed over.
Why didn't we just do that then?
Seriously? Never thought I'd hear you say that. I thought you were pretty much by the books, Felessa.
What's that supposed to mean?
I just didn't think you'd want to break the law. Besides, it wouldn't work. There's guards on the other side. Any hopovers are quickly arrested. And punished, too.
Hopovers?
Yeah, that's what they call them. You build a gate like this, you're gonna get some hopovers. Trust me, they have a counter for every possible scheme.
I guess they've thought of it all. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Let's just head inside and continue this.
Don't be a hopover, people. Do things properly. If people have unless they don't deserve it and they're bad people. But this is not that sake.
Wow, I'm loving this stone path. We don't get that luxurious back home.
You think that's luxurious? Almost the entire town is paved like that. Wait until you see the town square. It's so smooth.
You mean I can even walk without shoes on?
Of course, I do it all the time.
Wow, that's so fancy. Hopefully I get some time to relax and explore. I'd hate to head straight into the Rebel HQ, you know.
I'm sure you'll have some time, but not if we keep standing around. I think it's high time we get inside.
I have things to talk about, though.
Okay, cool.
Not yet. I have to click on the gate.
Wow, there's so many people in there. And it sounds super noisy. Is it always like that?
Pretty much. But why are we standing here talking about it? You realize we can walk right in and see it, right?
Oh, right. Guess I was just waiting on the seer.
I'm just clicking on things, get to know the area. So yeah, let's just walk inside, I guess. There's that. Oh, here, down square. As we take our first steps into Mazeo, we all pause and examine the surroundings. It's a crowded mess, with people running in every conceivable direction. Market stalls are set up wherever there's room, with all sorts of wares.
Wait, I think I see them.
Fortame immediately tries running ahead, enthralled by something he sees. But before he can get very far, Ulrich grabs him from behind and stops him. With a tight grip on Fortame's collar, it's clear that he's not going anywhere.
Hey, what gives?
Hey, just listen out, hear him out.
You can't just run off into a crowd like that, Fortin. You'll get lost, and I don't have the time to find you. Stick close to us. We'll get over there eventually.
All right.
I mean, you seem like you have good heart and a good mind and all that, but I'm not trying to say this in a bad way, but he's acting more childlike, so I'm wondering if he was... I mean, as I said, this is still gonna be his journey as the Elder, because I chose it. If I chose Valessa, I chose Valessa. But I chose Fortane. I'm not trying to down it. And everyone takes their time in life on their own pace to learn how things go and how to handle it. But you need to think about... Yeah, you just need to focus on that part. Not needing to just run off. I guess. We'll just see how things unravel. I shouldn't be interrupting so much. I'm just stating an opinion. That's what a Let's Play is. My site, my opinions, my Let's Play. This is a Let's Read, really. His ears droop down, and he starts to mope around. But before he gets too sad, Ulrich reaches into his pockets. Pulling out some coin, he gives it to Fortane with a smile.
Here's some money to spend on whatever you want, but like I said, just make sure you stick close to us. This isn't the kind of place you want to be alone in.
Wow, thanks, Ulrich. I'm gonna look for some apples then. Can you point them out for me so I don't get lost?
Yeah, they should be over there.
Pointing at a nearby market stall, 14 runs off, jubilant. Free money from Ulrich? He must have taken a liking to 14. Either that, or he figured somebody needed to keep him in line.
Well, I guess we should keep an eye out for Dominic. Knowing him, he's already here waiting for us. Do you see him anywhere, Pro?
There's too many people. Give me a few minutes. I'll find him.
He's the only one wearing a hoodie, I think, in that form. He's a blue wolf? I think he's a wolf. He looks like a wolf. He didn't look like a fox. Foxes might have a pointier snoot. A few moments later, 14 returns. He's holding an apple, his eyes glistening with happiness.
Look, I finally got what I wanted. It was so expensive, though. I only had enough for one. Guess I'll have to make it last as long as possible, huh?
Well, it's a joy, and he did give you that much money to spend, but why spend so much on so little? It's an apple. It's an apple. Yes, maybe tasty, maybe your memories, which is fine because you're doing it once. But holy crap!
Only one? You were conned, Fortune. I should have followed you after all.
Oh, I should have probably pressed the button. I probably should have pressed the button before I started saying my opinion.
Conned?
Yeah, taken advantage of. The locals know a tourist when they see one. They raise the prices because you don't know any better.
Mean.
Sorry, it's my fault. For a moment I put too much faith in the people. At least now you know all of my warnings were true.
Yeah. Alright, so when I rambled on there, yeah. It's... He still splurged. Ulrich lets out a large sigh and continues scouting the surroundings. He takes a few steps in different directions, as if that helped his search. But Valessa calls out to us shortly after, pointing it back towards the gate.
Is that him?
A man that was standing there starts to laugh and approach us. He was standing with his back against the gate, out of sight. It was a perfect hiding spot, since we'd be looking ahead.
I just wanted to see if you'd noticed me, actually. You've got a good eye on you. Valessa, right?
Yeah, Valinor Scribe. Pleased to meet you, Dominic.
And I'm 14, the Elder. We've heard a lot about you, actually.
All nonsense, I'm sure.
After smiling at Valessa and 14, he approaches me.
And you must be the seer. It feels like I've been waiting forever to meet you. Honestly, the last little while has been so hectic.
Is he speaking English? I have no clue what he was just saying right there. It's been something for us on our end too. He blushes and can tell he's extremely nervous. It's odd, because he greeted Valessa and 14 with ease. It humbles me to see a man of such importance treat me this way.
I almost can't believe this is happening. It's an honor to meet you, seer. It truly is.
I'm just another guy that has weird dreams that come true. I didn't picture General to be so handsome. The honor's all mine. So this is romantic. This is kindness. This is brutal. And this is basic. So you're the one who's forced me into all this. You can be a freaking jerk in this thing. I don't want to be a jerk in this story. Never. You'll never see me press this. I may say never, but I don't know. Maybe it's in the future against someone that's being a jerk out there. Maybe I press it. But that's just, I don't know. It's just not me. The honor's all mine.
And you're just as polite as I imagined.
Oh.
There's no need to be so formal. You're among friends.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Nice to meet you, Dominic. I reached out to shake his hand, but he immediately pulls back. Sorry, I should have washed my hand. With a nervous laugh, he rubs the back of his head. Did I do something wrong? He seemed excited to meet me, so I assumed a handshake was in order.
Anyway, shall we get going? We have quite a busy day ahead of us.
Was he scared of me? Does he think I have almighty power within my pinkies? Does he think if I touch him, he shall turn to stone? Or am I just haven't showered in a while? Probably that. He starts walking, expecting us to follow. But as soon as he gets to Pro, he stops in his tracks.
Oh, just one more thing before we move along. You'll be on cleaning duty for the next month, Pro.
Ooh.
What? What did I do?
It's more about what you didn't do, and the answer to that is everything. I ended up sending Ulrich to pick up your slack. We can't afford to waste time anymore. I'm sure you had your reasons, but...
Yeah, and they were really good reasons. I couldn't just march into Valenorth with a blade. I need to have some discretion. It took time.
Really, Pro, you know you can't just throw excuses at me. I know how this stuff works. You were lazy.
He lets out a loud laugh. Sorry. Scratch that. He lets out a loud sigh, while Pro shuffles in place, ashamed.
I suppose it's my fault in the first place. I should have known better than to send you there. With a tavern in the way, your priorities would be clear.
I should have known better to send you through along the road with a tavern. The place where your mind goes, drinks, must indulge myself. Nom 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 nom. After their spat, Dominic turns to face me with a smile. Even when he was scalding, it was polite. That's interesting. I can start to see why people would like to follow him.
Anyway, we have some business with the mayor. Let's head to his house. I'll explain there. After that, I'll give you a tour of our HQ.
HQ. Happy qualities?
Plans with Grizz. Is it about the pirates?
I said I'd explain when we get there, Ulrich. We can't talk about this kind of stuff out in the open. Finish up whatever business you have, and we'll get going.
With that said, I guess it was time to head to the mayor's house. I knew nothing about Mazeo, so I didn't know if this was a detour or not. But either way, my training with the Blade of Exodus would surely begin today. I look at Valessa and Fortame, and we nod at one another. I guess I'd finish up any business here, then follow Dominic. My legs are tired, but it feels like our trek was almost over. Dominic has now permanently joined our party. A new static morale has been unlocked. Statistic! Static. Nice. Troop morale at 90%. Ooh! Wait, 90%? Did we have less than that, or did we have 100% at one point, and then I kind of did something that caused it to go down? Morale may rise and fall over the course of the game. That's so cool! This game is so awesome. So far. Game? Sorry, scratch that. Story. Your army and their welfare will be affected by your choices. That is so cool! They put so much effort into this. As of what they're saying, what matters and what would be affecting the story. I know Tall Tale has been... people have been hearing a lot of... and have been saying a lot of negative things about Tall Tale and their things. And me watching lots of YouTubers playing Tall Tale games saying, when they say your choice matters, the only thing that changes in the Tall Tale series usually has been just a light event. And the story just carries on from there. It doesn't really change much. Because they had just like one ending. And whoever adds and leaves the party or speaks a certain way in the party at a certain point changes, but then the ending is always the same. If you're going to have something change the ending of the story, you should have multiple endings. The flow of the story, not the ending, but regardless, all yes. But yeah, continuing on the story. Ensure a high morale, for your choices may not survive the coming war. Understandable. Oh wait, look at that. Wait, that's 14. Or is that... That's 14, right? Or is that Valessa? I think it's Valessa. Maybe it's 14. It looks like 14. Well, we'll see that in a bit. Because every time I get into one of these, it takes practically the whole episode to get through. So this might be a short episode. Maybe? You know what? Since they take that long, this will probably be the longer episode. Next episode will be the normal episode size with another conversation, depending on how much these conversations have in them. But first, be first. Check the town.
Wow, you can buy weapons here? I mean, they're just laying out in the open.
Yeah, you can buy anything in Museo. If it's not legal, then the pirates can get it for you. They call this place the town of infinite connections.
Wow.
Hey, that one looks like your sword, Ulrich. Did you buy your sword from one of these places?
No, my sword is ancient. Rumor says it belonged to an Alarinthian legend. With just how well it's made, I think that's actually true.
Wow, a legend? Explains why you carry it around all the time.
Yeah, I'd hate to leave it unattended. Even when I carry it, people beg me to sell it. But it beats leaving it alone and risking theft.
So you've used that sword for your entire life?
I have. And I'll use it for the rest of my life too. It shows no signs of wearing down. It's perfect. I can't say the same about the ones they have for sale.
It's true. Some people make replicas, maybe the same quality, maybe a little bit less or more, depending. But if you're making a huge quantity, then you might be having less quality out there. But if you're making a few at a time, either you're lazy, don't have enough materials, or you took the time and made a good material, a good product. Ulrich motions at the market stall that initially got Valessa's attention. The merchant glances over at us, understanding Ulrich's accusatory gesture. We quickly run away from the stall before they can speak or chase after us. The stall people are going to chase after us? Would've? Huh.
Hey, this is where I got those apples. Still wish they didn't end up scamming me.
You can never trust anybody around here. Even I get taken advantage of sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I can let my guard down too. So don't feel bad about your mistake, Fortin.
Like I said, I'm not saying I'm the wisest or my choices are the best. When I was talking earlier, or was it in the other episode? It was probably this one. It was totally this one. But when I was saying that 14 was being childish on how he reacted at the gate, that was totally true. But still, people take time to grow and adapt and learn how to take on things, the new tasks, new ways to do things, say things, whatever. And how he handled the splurging on an apple, that still wasn't wise. But, you know, it's not always easy to know if you're being scammed if it's your first time someplace. If I'm going venturing into another town in another part of the world or state or something like that. I'm saying state because I'm in the U.S. People might actually do just this. You just hope that they're honest. And that's where trust comes in again. Just hope that it's not taken advantage of.
If anything, he learned an important lesson. Should we go complain? Maybe he can get his money back.
There's no point. They'd never give it back. We'd only end up bringing more attention to ourselves. I think we'll just have to chalk this one up as a loss.
Alright. I'm sorry.
You didn't do anything wrong. They did. I'll buy you more apples when I get a chance. The money I gave you could have easily bought 10.
Whoo! Gosh dang! Those guys just... Really? Why? Holy crap!
10?
Exactly!
How far back does this town square go?
To be honest, it almost doesn't stop. Museo is pretty much one huge market. There's a few residential areas, but they're tiny.
That's insane!
Yeah, but you get used to it.
Where do the people live then?
Most of them have small beds behind their market stalls. Those that are lucky enough to own an actual shop live inside of it. If you want to live in Mazeo, you need to sell something of value.
I hate Mazeo. Holy crap, I would not want to live here.
Or offer your services, like me with my sword arm.
Okay, but, you know, you kind of gained that. I sit at my desk a lot, so I need to actually take time to actually remember to do some kind of exercise. Even if it's just toning my body, just keeping it in motion, keeping it having something to do instead of just sitting my bum on the chair getting flatter and flatter.
Yeah, you need to do something to make money. If you live in a residential area, that means you're rich. It's a sign of wealth. Like, you don't need to work anymore.
I'm guessing not everybody gets that far.
No, most people live on a day-to-day basis. If they don't sell something that day, they don't eat.
That sucks. But it's not like it's far from what we have nowadays, from where we are. But that's just me carrying on and on about more and more stuff. We're trying to hear this story. I'm sorry for constantly pausing, but still. I have things to say sometimes.
That's crazy. In Valinor, we share everything. We'd never stand by while citizen starves.
Yeah, you have it pretty good in Valinor. But this is what I like to call the real world, Valessa. Valinor was special. The rest of the world is more like this.
Hopefully we can change that. Where do you think we'll be living after the war?
If we survive, anywhere we want.
You guys said anywhere, and I said wherever, but hey, same outcome. Anything else up here? Anything else? Oh, is it? Oh, it's the same stall, I think. I don't think I'm getting anything else out here. Maybe here?
How far back does this...
Nope. Stop. Yep. Yes. Nope.
Yeah, hopefully. If we survive...
Hey, I don't know how big this click box is. Could have been anything. Alright. Well, I guess this goes with this one. Let's see if this is 14. Yeah, it is. It looked like 14, but I just didn't know. Heart to heart number 2. Let's hope this is not too long, but regardless of what this length is, we're still getting a good story. I notice 14 standing at one of the market stalls, enthralled. I take a few steps forward to see what he's looking at, and nobody follows me. It seems they're willing to give us some time alone now that we're in Mazeo.
Hey, Seer! Check this out!
Yes? He points at a bunch of strange metal objects attached to ropes. Well, I don't know. If I could describe them as anything, it would be metallic claws. I have no idea what they are, however, or why he's so taken by them.
You know, when I climb trees, it's hard to get a grip. But with these, I can just stab them into the tree and hold on. I didn't know these existed. It would make things so much easier.
I mean, even if they're not used for that, you can utilize almost anything as anything that you see fit. He shuffles in place, thinking to himself.
You don't think that would hurt the trees, do you?
He might. We can never be sure, 14. I mean, that's true. This is a kind voice of action, but yes. We don't know for sure, but they are still a living thing. I'm not a full-on tree hugger. I'm not like full-on tree hugger, but I know that plants still feel. I mean, there's still loggers, people that cut down trees for wood, and we use wood in a lot of places, and practically, you can see it. It's just, yeah. I don't know. They are quite big and strong. I don't want to be bringing them down, but it's how I feel. My choices. I'm taking this one.
Oh, I guess you're right. Especially since spiritual energy is stored inside of trees. Or, at least, that's what they say. I wonder, though.
He leans a bit closer to the market stall, looking for a price.
And of course, there's no price on them. Probably so they can scam people, too. I'll have to get Ulrich to figure this out.
That's wise. He smiles and laughs softly, before turning to face me.
You know, these markets are pretty cool. What do you think about them, Seer?
It will permanently alter your relationship with Fortame. Oh no! Permanently? Pretty awesome. A great place to have. I'm not a dating part towards Fortame. It's for Valessa. Oh, this is sorrow. This is aggressive. This is kind, and this is love. Yeah! This is the kind of answer I'd probably choose, but this is brutal, and I don't want to do that. This is going to permanently scar him. I don't want to choose this! I'll say this.
Just a bit crowded, though. And I did want to have some private time. Hey, follow me. I have an idea, Seer.
Oh, sure, okay, what do you got? He grabs an apple out of his pocket and gives me a sly smirk. Wait a minute. Is this a pre-packed apple from previous on our journey that we found on the way or packed before our journey? Or is this something you bought which you couldn't have, so that leaves? Is this the apple you bit into? It's the one Ulrich bought for... Oh. Okay. He must not have eaten it yet. Ah, okay. I should just click. I should just click and see what he has to say until the text gets to the bottom of the list. As he runs away, I follow him, and we end up in a nearby back alley.
See? Much better. I can actually hear myself think now. Let's grab a seat and relax. We deserve it.
Yeah, sure. He motions to the ground. It didn't seem comfortable, but it would do. I sit down and rest my back against the wall. He promptly sits down next to me. Beside me. Either way, words work. There. Holding out the apple, he inspects it. Almost like it's a bit hesitant to eat it.
I wonder if it'll taste like I remember. It's only been around 20 years after all. Hey, let's share it. You should try some too.
Aw. He stares directly at the apple, watching it glisten in the sunlight.
You know, I'm kinda scared to eat it. I'm worried it might not live up to my memories. Things don't usually work out that way. Why should this?
It's not like it's gonna change much. It's an apple. I mean, some things mean more to people, and I know that things mean something to me. This means something to him. So I should not just be saying it doesn't matter, it's just an apple. But you won't know until you try it. You shouldn't be scared about eating an apple. And if it does meet your expectations or your memories, then so be it. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. And you tried something different or new. Or old that you didn't like or did like before. I don't know, just things fall into place. Just do it! He shrugs and then looks up at me.
Here goes nothing?
Something. He raises it up to his mouth and takes a large bite. I thought we were going to split in half. Shaking with excitement, juice drips down his chin. Sticky. I don't like sticky, but still. I can tell that it's just as good as his memories.
Wow. You have got to try this, Seer.
Okay. He holds it up, offering it to me. His hands practically shaking. I grab it from him and inspect it. Yep. This is definitely a bit apple. It's incredibly soft and juicy. They must have grown this differently in order to make it special. But I wonder why the Triumvirate would ban this from the trade. It seems harmless, and I can't remember the last time Fortame was so happy. I take a bite with a loud crunch and start chewing. Its sweetness is overwhelming. I always doubted how good this apple would be. Fortame really talked it up. There was always a worry in the back of my mind that it wasn't really that good. However, after finally tasting it, I know it was unequivocally unequivocally wrong. It was amazing.
See? I told you! I can't believe I'm eating this again. I just wish my parents could be here.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's still around. You can have this. I hand him back the apple, and we slowly take turns eating it. Minutes later, only the tiny core remains. We really went to town on it. I mean, went to town and then ate it, so pretty much. Placing it down by his side, Fortame rests against the wall, sighing.
Thanks for sharing that with me, Seer. Actually, thanks for hanging out with me at all. I know there's so much to do. I'm really honored.
I'm a friend. There's no need. I mean, I guess whatever you want to call it, but sure. Friend, people, person, hanging out with me. I'm just happy to hang out with you. You're a good guy. He smiles before standing back up. I do as well. There was no point in this quest if I couldn't have fun along the way. Yeah, you have to keep your sanity up. Keep your morale up. Keep your happiness up. Our band could flourish, even during war, by eating a very sweet, juicy apple. That was an incredible friendship.
Back to business, I guess? But mark my words, I'm gonna get that climbing gear. And a second set, too. I'll make an apprentice out of you yet.
I don't wanna! I mean, I guess it's still good skill. I don't really care for heights, but skill is skill. If I can learn to climb trees, may not like heights, but it's a skill. He smirks and runs back towards the markets. I follow after him, and we regroup with everyone else. That was a nice distraction, but it was time to get back on track. Alright, well, I guess we'll carry this on to the next one. Thank you guys for sticking around and listening to my rambles, my opinions, and all the words that I've spoken. And I'm sure you guys have lots to say about if you were reading this and saying pretty much that, just hearing your opinions. What would you say, and what would you choose to do? We all have our opinions in how we choose to play, and that's why there's the options for it. So yeah. And even on this back burner of saying on the not for in-game choices, but just by if you were to talk to them, not just from your protagonist dialogue, what would you say? How would you react to the conversations you have with these people? That's what I'm pretty much doing. I just hope I don't overdo it by talking too much. But then again, this is my experience and my read-through. So if you enjoy it, then I'm glad you do. If you don't, well, I guess all you can do is really fast forward through it, or hopefully find someone that you do enjoy watching of this. But thank you guys for stopping by. And until I see you guys again, have a great day, everyone.